Bethany Marshall, what does that tell you that someone uses gets out of his car and walks up Bethany Marshall and goes so close to his victim and shoots and kills them?
This serial shooter wants to see the look of suffering on his victims' faces. Unlike the DC snipers who are at a great distance and they like the sense of power over somebody who was unsuspecting and helpless, this guy actually wants to see the suffering and the anguish, much like serial killers who strangle their victims while facing the victims so they can see the look of shock, surprise, and pain in the victim's eyes. You know what, Jean? This guy is spending a lot of time driving around, so absolutely people should be on the lookout in their neighborhoods. This guy probably has a history of behavioral problems, is fascinated by guns, is cold, callous, has very shallow affect, feels that he is above the law. He probably has a parasitic lifestyle. He's probably living off somebody, maybe even living off the system or living at home. And there's a lot of talk about guns and violence in this presumably young man's life. He's probably writing about it online, maybe even bragging to people about it. So I certainly think the public can play a very important role in identifying this person, especially if you, the public, live with somebody who's out patrolling the streets all night long and they come in the early morning hours and then they're mysterious and vague. You should really call the police and take your role seriously.
Bethany Marshall, what can parents do to monitor these websites, these apps, the way that young girls can communicate with someone that isn't even who they believe they're communicating with?
Talk to your child about with whom they're communicating. Let them know that you're going to check all of their texts and correspondence, that you have the right to do a spot check. And if they have a computer, make sure that that it's in the living room and the screen is facing towards the family area, not towards the wall, so they cannot be secretive.
Bethany, why are parents so scared to be parents?
Because they don't want their kids to be mad at them. You know, it's tough to be a good parent. To be a good parent, you have to tolerate that your child might be temporarily angry, but if you set limits, it's going to settle them down, make them feel safe and secure internally as well as in the world.